Mr. Taguba, do you confirm that you're the same Taguba who was convicted for smuggling of shabu?
Yes, Your Honor.
And do you stand still with the statements that you have given in this judicial affidavit? I believe this is dated August 27, 2024. Ito po ba'y pinaninindigan nyo pa rin?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes. Mr. Taguba, please walk us through. Bago po ba kayo na-involve dito sa kasong ito? Nasaan po kayo? Anong ginagawa nyo? Please start with EMT. What is EMT?
EMT trading, for Your Honor, is consignee for hire. So, pinagagamit nila yung consignee nila for a royalty fee. So, nakilala ko yung si Irene May Tatad dun sa kanyang parang ano yata niya, patid ba niya? Hindi ko na maalala sa kamag-anak niya.
Firstly, what does EMT stands for? It's an acronym, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
What does it stand for?
Hindi ko po alam eh.
I found names here which appear to be consistent with these initials. If you will confirm, does it stand for Irene, TJ, and Mark?
I don't think so, Your Honor.
But do you confirm that TJ and Irene used to be your partners?
TJ is my broker. I'm not
Your?
Yes. We have, hindi po ako broker kasi yun ang binabansag sa akin sa media na ako ay customs broker, nagpakilala akong customs broker. Ang negosyo ko po is talaga tracking. So, si TJ yung broker. Siya po talaga yung sign, siya po yung mas nakakaalam sa proseso sa customs.
TJ is the broker, you are the tracker.
Yes.
Si Irene po?
Si Irene May Tatad naman, siya po yung consignee.
Do you work together?
Si TJ, kasi ano po siya eh. Sa kanya ako nagre-refer, nagtatanong. Pagka may nagtatanong sa akin na client tungkol sa mga parating nila, tatanong sa kanya. Si Irene naman, royalty fee lang talaga siya eh. So pinagamit niya yung kanyang consignee para sa royalty fee. Kada container na darating, meron siyang royalty fee.
So who owns this EMT trading?
Si Irene May Tatad po.
Si Irene.
Oh.
And then you and TJ just work with them, with her, without necessarily being partners with that EMG trading, EMT trading.
Yes, Your Honor.
Tama po. In your affidavit, you made mention about this green lane, yellow lane, and red lane. I believe that in the previous hearings, Mr. Guban already testified on this. And I wish to hear if you have the same concept and information that you will share pertaining to these three lanes. Green lane, yellow lane, and red lane.
Hindi ko po narinig yung sinabi niya. So, green lane yan, hindi na siya subject for inspection.
No physical inspection and no document inspection as well. That is green lane.
Yellow lane, kung di po ako nagkakamali, sa document lang. Tapos red lane, kailangan ng physical.
Wait, for yellow lane, you're exempted from the physical inspection, but you are not exempted from the document inspection.
Yes.
Okay.
Then, from red lane, kailangan na ng physical inspection.
And of course, if I am the shipper or the importer, I would want that my shipment be always released through the green lane. Kasi doon mabilis. Walang inspection ng shipment, walang inspection ng document. How do I avail of this green lane?
ako po talaga hindi ko yung paano talaga makapunta dito sa Green Lane. Pero nung time ko kasi, yun nga, nagbigay kami ng ano po?
Are you saying, Mark, that you never experienced using this Green Lane?
Halos lahat po nung shipments ko, Green Lane po.
And that is because you submitted to the TARA system.
Yes.
Tama po ba?
Opo.
So, ibig sabihin for a time being, lahat ng mga pinaparelease mong shipment, walang physical inspection, walang document inspection, what is the consideration involved?
Yun po, may TARA system po sa DOC.
And how does TARA system work?
So, weekly, magbibigay ka kada container na re-release mo, napaparating mo.
Is it per container or per value of what is inside the container?
Per container.
Per container.
Opo.
How much per container?
Iba-iba po kasi. So, iba-ibang
Iba-iba depending on?
Iba-ibang departamento. So, nakalagay po dito yun. May mga text messages po ako. Mga screenshots.
Yes, you mentioned a lot of offices. Can you please enlighten us on this? Anong mga opisina kailangang magbigay? Tama ba yung tanong ko, Mark?
Opo.
And that is what TARA system is all about?
Yes, Your Honor. So,
What offices are you referring to here?
So, tinitignan ko po itong affidavit ko. Ito lang yung mga naaalala ko. IG, ESS, Collector, CIIS. Alam po na
You mentioned in paragraph 15 of your affidavit, MICP, SSPDC, COMSEN, CIIS, CIIS District, IPRD, IG, ESS, ESS District, FED, AOCG, and IAS. If you total the token that you will be giving to all these offices for one container, Mark, magkano yun?
May breakdown po kasi ako nito dati.
At least the approximate amount. Are you trying to tell us na kada office iba yung amount?
Yes, Your Honor, iba.
I see. But you can at least give us an approximate amount. The total amount that you give for one container to cover all these offices. I believe these are 11 or 12 offices.
Matagal na po kasi, pero naalala ko po kasi lahat po kasi ng container po, uniform po yung ano niya eh. Yung binabayad So, 170,000
per container.
per container. So, kailangan ko pong, kasi kagabi lang po yung ano eh, yung kagabi ko lang nalaman na pupunta ako dito. Nagulat po kasi.
I understand.
Kasi hindi ako handa.
Can you give us an approximate number of containers na napaparating mo in a month?
Sa isang linggo, maabot ako ng 100 eh.
Wow.
Na container.
That's 1 week only?
Opo.
So, if 170,000 per container and you have 100 containers for 1 week, how much is that? 17 million?
Mga ganun po. Hindi ko po pera. Hindi ko po pera yun. Kumbaga,
Yeah, I know.
nagpa-process lang naman ako eh.
But that's how huge
Opo, ganun po yung pumapasok na
the
pera.
amount that TARA system generate.
Opo.
Only for you to be able to avail of this green lane. Tama po ba?
Opo.
And I wish to emphasize that here you are, you're just one person facilitating the release.
Yes, sir. Wala.
Mga ilan ho ba yung nagfa-facilitate ng release?
Marami po kami.
In a day, can you give us an approximate number? Ilan po yung nagpa-facilitate ng release?
Alam ko po, nagbigay rin si Senator Lacson ng kanyang sariling flowchart. So, based doon, parang basta sobrang dami namin, siguro mga 500 containers sa mga ganun yan. Ang nakikita ko sa base sa kanyang nilabas na report sa isang linggo. Parang,
And of course, Mr. Taguba, you will agree with me if I would say that the Philippine government is losing a lot of money because of this green lane, because it deprives the government the opportunity to assess correctly the shipment or importation.
yes, Your Honor.
Tama?
Yes.
Mr. Chair, I know that I have manifested this concern before during our, I believe, hearing on Dangerous Drugs Committee. But I wish to reiterate, Mr. Chair, that I believe it is high time we revisit the charter of the Bureau of Customs. Should I make a motion, Mr. Chair?
At the moment, I was informed that I think the Quintacom is looking into proposing some amendments into the charter of the Bureau of Customs. And if there are any observations or any information that we can share with the Quintacom, I guess the Quadcom will do that, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Taguba, you also mentioned in your affidavit that for quite some time, wala kang nare-receive na alert on your shipment. Tama?
Yes, Your Honor.
And I suppose that that is because of the TARA system to which you submitted yourself.
Yes, Your Honor.
However, after some time, biglang nakaka-receive ka na ng alert.
Yes, Your Honor.
In other words, nagkakaproblema yung release ng mga shipment mo.
Yes, Your Honor.
What did you do?
Minsan, ang ginagawa lang nila yan para, kasi pagka may alert, pupunta ka sa kanila, aaregluhin mo. So parang form lang ng additional na bayad sa kanila.
Additional SOP? Tama ba
para lang
yun?
ma-release yung container. Parang lamping siguro, parang gano'n yung lumalabas.
Ang mahal na ba nila lumambing?
Oo.
They will annotate something on your document to make sure that you said that in your affidavit. They're leaving the number in your document to make sure that you call them.
Yes.
So you will be able to settle whatever requirement is being asked of you. Tama po ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
And then after some time, lalong tumindi yung problema mo. Tama?
Yes, Your Honor.
About facilitating the release of shipment. May kinausap kang tao. Sino itong mga taong ito?
Ang una ko pong nakausap po dito si Jojo Bacud.
Jojo Bacud.
Opo, nagpakilala po siya sa SSPDC. Tapos pinakilala niya ako dun sa Davao Group. Sila Tita Nani nga. Yan, sila Jack, sila Noel. Silang apat yung mga minute ko.
How many times did you visit Davao City during the time that you're trying to seek help about the release of your shipment?
Isang beses lang po.
Isang beses lang. And the purpose of you traveling to Davao City is what?
Kasi pinapunta nila ako dun eh.
For what?
Wala naman akong, sabi nila, kailangan ko magbigay ng tuition fee.
Tuition fee?
Yes. So, yun yung kanilang ginamit na word.
Tuition fee. Yes. And what is the purpose of this tuition fee?
Ayun, para ma-accept daw ako sa grupo nila. Tapos, every week, magbibigay ako sa kanila ng pera.
With your admission in this group that you are referring to, what representation did they give you in relation to the challenges that you are experiencing with regards to the release of your shipment?
Unang-una, nagbigay ako sa kanila. Nagpunta akong Davao, so binigay ko yung pera kay Small. So,
how much is that money?
5 million.
5 million. What is the purpose of you giving that 5 million to Small?
Yun yung sinabi nila sa akin, ibigay yung 5 million.
Anong kapalit ng 5 million na yun? Why are you giving Small 5 million?
Yun nga, para mapapasok na sa Davao Group. Kasi kung hindi ka kasama sa kanila, i-alert nila yung mga containers mo. So, hindi ka makakapag-transaction sa Bureau of Customs. So, sa pagkakaintindi ko, lahat ng players ginawa yun. Kailangan
by lahat ng players, are you referring to all people who are engaged in facilitating release of shipment? Yun ba ibig sabihin mo?
Yung po mga pinakita ni Senator Lacson noon, sila Kimberly, yan, sila Tevez, yan, sila Manny Santos, yung mga players yan eh. So, yun yung ibig sabihin, kailangan nilang magbigay doon sa Davao Group. Yun yung pagkakaintindi ko. Kasi kung parang sila na yung bagong customs eh, sila, kailangan sa kailangan dumaan lahat eh. Ginawa kasi nila, binago uli nila yung sistema, nagkaroon ng command center. So, parang sila na lang yung pwedeng mag-alert.
Nasaan po itong command center na binabanggit nyo?
Sa customs po yun.
Sa loob?
Oo, ginawa nilang, nung time lang ni Paeldon yun eh, ni Commissioner Paeldon.
Is Commissioner Paeldon still here? So you were saying they established this command center right inside the Bureau of Customs, which has the control over alerting whichever shipment they want?
Yes. Sila lang, pagkakaalala ko, sila lang yung nakakapag-alert na.
By sila, who are you referring to?
Yung command center, ComCen.
And who are these people behind this command center, Mr. Taguba?
Nakalimutan ko na yung... Na-invite din siya sa Senate Blue Ribbon Committee nun eh. Nakalimutan ko na yung pangalan niya.
If this is an ordinary person, I suppose that she will not be able to do that without somebody who's a big person behind him. Tama pa po ba? Papasok ka ng Bureau of Customs, magtatayo ka ng command center, and then you will have the control to alert the shipments coming into the port. Tama po ba? Somebody must be behind him.
Yes, Your Honor. Pero pagkakaalam ko, sila Commissioner Paeldon yung gumawa nun eh. Parang hindi naman siya, parang legal na, sa legal, meron bang yun eh.
You cannot tell whether it is legal or illegal.
Yes. Kasi yung ibang yung mga IG, EG, medyo humina na yung authority nila dahil nga yung command center na lang yung nagko-control ng mga alerts.
I see. And after this payment of 5 million to Small, ano pong nangyari na doon sa mga transaction nyo, sa shipment nyo sa BOC?
So, noon na naayos siya, maganda. Nagkaroon uli ng problema, tapos nirefer na naman nila ako, itong sila Tita Nani, pinakilala naman nila ako doon kay Big Brother. Yun nga, si Allen Cabuyan, nakamit ko siya. So, yun, pinakilala nila ako sa kanya. Siya na raw ang bagong under ko na naman. So, hindi na rin ako sigurado sa ginagawa nila, pero nung kay Big Brother naman, naayos din yung shipment. Hanggang sa dumating naman yung problema na ito, yung kinakaharap ko ngayong kaso, na nangyaring raid sa Valenzuela. Ayun, doon na po natapos yung...
Are you referring to the 604 kilogram of shabu?
Yes, Your Honor.
And that is the reason why you are you convicted already? Convicted?
Yes, Your Honor.
I see. May we know ilang taon po ba naging sentensya nyo?
Sinintensyahan po ako ng life.
Oh Lord. Life sentence. And that is equivalent to 20 years and 1 day to 40 years. Tama, Honorable Flores? How old are you Mr. Taguba?
33 na po.
33. How long have you been in prison?
6 years.
6 years. Ibig sabihin, nag-umpisa ka makulong 27 years old.
Yes, Your Honor.
Tama. And if we can bring back those days, anong gagawin mo to be able to avoid this very sad fate that you're going through right now?
Siguro hindi ko na pinasok sana tong ano.
Sana sa iba ka na lang nagtrabaho, ano?
Opo.
Is that your honest belief? Sana sa iba ka na lang nagtrabaho?
Yes.
You are so young.
Tsaka very unfair yung nangyari talaga. Na-convict ako na ganito.
Okay, let us hear you. Why are you saying that this is very unfair?
Unang-una, lokohan lang yung kaso. Nung nag-imbestiga sa NBI, preliminary investigation, lahat po ng dinaanan ng kargamento, kinasuhan. So hanggang sa pinakataas, hanggang sa pinakababa. So ang kaso sa amin is conspiracy. Pero nagawa nila ng paraan na pwedeng conspiracy nga siya, pero tatanggal yung mga matataas na tao tulad nila Commissioner Faildon, kami may iwan. So inilaban namin sa korte yun na bakit ganon. Ang naging ano ko ng laman, partisipasyon is nagproseso ng dokumento at may tracking, dideliver dun yung container. So sabi ng korte, hindi kailangan na alam mo yung laman, no? Kasi prohibita. Okay? So paano naman yung iba, yung mga shipping lines, lahat-lahat, mga examiner. So, nagawa nila ng paraan, parang legal acrobatics, di ba? Na kabilang yung tamaan, na dapat hindi. No? So, pero ngayon, nilalabanan pa rin namin sila ng patas. So,
do you have a pending appeal?
May apila po kami.
It's with the Court of Appeals or the Supreme Court already?
Motion po kami ng inhibit. Nung tinamaan po ako, nag-inhibit po kami doon sa judge. Tapos, para ibang judge yung mag-decide ng motion for reconsideration.
So, it's still with the Court of Origin. Nasa Regional Trial Court pa rin.
Yes.
May pending motion for reconsideration. Tapos, pinailan nyo ng motion for inhibition yung presiding judge.
Yes, Your Honor.
In other words, you believe that you were not able to get a fair decision.
Yes.
During the hearing.
Fair.
Oo. May we know, Mr. Taguba, who were originally indicted bago na-exclude yung sinasabi mo from the case? How many were you? Ilan kayo yung original na nakahabla?
Napakarami po namin eh. Kasi naalala ko noon, nasa NBI pa kami, nag-representa lang sa preliminary investigation. Ang dami po namin nagbibigay ng affidavit. Nandoon po sila Commissioner Faildon, nandoon po sila Lil Estrella, Joel Pinawin. So, sabi ko nga, conspiracy, dapat lahat kami acquitted kung lahat. Kung acquit, kung ano naman, kung convict, di dapat convicted kami lahat. Kasi gano'n lahat ng dinaanan ng container. So, nagawa nila ng paraan na kami lang ang makasuhan.
Mr. Taguba, ito bang sinasabi mo marami kami na hinabla? Were you represented by one lawyer only? Or you have different lawyers?
Iba-ibang lawyer.
Iba-iba?
Opo.
Ibig sabihin yung defenses nyo, iba-iba din?
Opo.
Depende sa strategy ng mga lawyers na humawak sa inyo, no?
Opo.
And can you please name names of those who were included in the charge, the prominent ones? Sino po yung mga kilalang tao aside from Commissioner Faildon na nasama doon sa habla?
Hindi ko na po maalala lahat, pero si Commissioner Paildo yung pinaka tumatak sa akin nun, tsaka sila Lil Estrella, tsaka si Joel Pinawin.
These are all BOC officials?
Yes, Your Honor.
And upon conviction, sinong kasama mo na lang?
Ako, si Irene, tsaka si Kenneth, tapos yung bodigero.
So there were 4 of you
Yes.
who were convicted. Bodigero, the tracker, the broker, and the other one is the facilitator of your document. Kasama ba si Irene?
Yes, Your Honor.
And all the BOC officials were excluded from the charge.
Yes, Your Honor. At saka, tingin ko yun din yung dahilan. Kaya, siyempre pag lumalabas sa balita, laging customs broker Mark Taguba. So sa mga hindi nakakaintindi, siyempre pagka narinig mo yung customs, may tinamaan na tatrabaho sa customs. So gumagana yung natin, justice system natin.
Walang BOC official na nakasama?
Wala, kahit isa.
All of you were private individuals?
Yes, Your Honor.
Who was able to apprehend this shipment? Sino pong nakahuli nito?
Ang nakahuli nito, nakakatawa po kasi yung warehouse po, si Chen Julong, may-ari po noon. Wala na po ata sa bansa kasi hindi po siya nakakulong, hindi po siya nakulong kailanman. Ang nakahuli po nito, sila Lil Estrella, sila Commissioner Faildon, tsaka sila Joel Pinawin. Meron po silang litrato ni Chen Julong na parang body-body lang sila nung nag-raid sila doon. Hindi nila hinuli nung nag-raid sila doon. Yung si Chen Julong. Ang nangyari, tinuro kami kahit wala naman talagang prueba o ebidensya na magtuturo sa akin. So, ako ang nadiin.
Sino si Kenneth Dong?
Si Kenneth Dong po, yung isa sa kliyente ko po. Siya po yung sa akin nung mag-process ng container na yun, MCLU 600-1881.
So if Kenneth Dong is the one who approached you to process the release of this container, who is the owner of that container?
Siyempre nung unang pagkakaalam ko po si Kenneth Dong kasi nga siya yung kausap ko eh. So nung pumutok na po itong balita, nagkaroon ng raid sa Valenzuela, tsaka ako nalaman na ayun nga, ang dami po ng layer. So si Chen Julong, tapos may Manili pa, tapos kung ano-ano pa eh. Hindi ko alam talaga kung sinong may-ari nung container. Sinasabi niya si Manili. Si Manili naman may ibang tinuturo. Hindi ko alam kung kanino talaga yung container, ma'am.
But you were saying that the shipment was seized during the time that it was already in the warehouse.
Yes, Your Honor.
Who owns the warehouse?
Si Chen Julong.
Mr. Taguba, you likewise mentioned in your affidavit Pulong Duterte?
Yes, Your Honor.
You did? And Manscarpio?
Yes, Your Honor.
Can you please enlighten us? Why did you mention these two names in your affidavit?
Actually, Your Honor, nagme-mention naman yan. Yung mga personalidad na sinabi ko, sila Tita Nani and sila Jack, na ayun nga, si Pulong Duterte ang mag-aayos ng magbibigay ako ng pera sa kanila. Si Manscarpio, nababanggit din nila kasi pupunta rin sa POC, nag-aayos din ng mga alerts. So, sa kanila po galing, wala naman akong dahilan para itong mga taong to, sila Paulo Duterte at si Manscarpio. Ang galing po yun kila Tita Nani sa Davao Group. Yung kay Small Abiliera rin po, half-truth yung sinabi niya. Hindi niya sinabi na Sinabi na niya na nagkita kami. Pero hindi niya sinabi na kinuha niya yung 5 milyon. At yun, sabi niya, dinala niya kay Pulong. Hindi niya sinabi yun. So, sinabi lang niya, tinanggihan ako. Wala pong katotohanan yun kinuha niya yung pera So, kaya nga nagkaroon ng green lane, kaya nga uniform lahat ng taxes So, siguro naman hindi mangyayari yun kung hindi totoo. Wala rin naman po akong kakayahan. Hindi naman po ako nagtatrabaho sa POC. Hindi ko naman alam po yung mga kung anong ginagawa nila dyan sa computer para mangyari yun. So, wala po akong kakayahan kung ako lang po. So, ang akin lang, nagbigay ako dahil gusto ko lang makapagtrabaho.
Your personal appreciation, Mr. Taguba, who among those several indicted ang naniniwala kang involved talaga dyan sa 604 kilogram of shabu contained in the metal cylinder? Do you believe that Commissioner Faelton is involved?
Wala po akong personal knowledge sa mga ganyan Kasi
in other words, to this date, wala kang alam kung sino talagang may-ari?
Wala po. Kasi nga po, yung pag-raid nila doon, kalokohan nga po Ni-raid nila, kinuha nila yung na-assist nila siya po, pero wala po silang kinasuhan. Yung warehouse, yung may-ari ng warehouse, hanggang ngayon, wala. Ewan kung nasa na siya, nasa China na raw o ano.
But do you know for a fact that there were shabu which were seized during the time?
Yes, sinabi kasi nabalita ako sa TV. So, tapos biglang tumawag sa akin si Kenneth Dong. Sabi niya, may mga na-seize na siya po doon daw sa container na pinrocess natin yung ganang galing. So, syempre, nagulat ako. Tapos, ayun, yun na doon nagsimula yung yung problema.
Mr. Taguba, I can feel your agony, and if the owner of that shipment is listening to you, would you like to give a message to him?
Oo.
Kahit hindi natin alam kung sino ang may-ari niyan to this date, you lost already 6 years of your life. You're so young. You haven't lived your life to the fullest, and yet you are in that situation.
Napakahirap po talaga. Kasi tingin ng mga tao sa akin, drug lord ako. Nung unang punta ko sa RDC, tinanong ko sa akin ng mga gumagawa nun dun kung pwede ba ako mag-supply sa kanila. Sabi ko, wala po talaga ako kinalaman siya. Ang hirap buti sana kung ginawa ko talaga Ang hirap po talaga. Kung meron man akong kasalanan, yun po yung sa para system. Totoo naman po lahat yun. Nagsabit po ako sa simula lang ng Senate hearing. Nag-cooperate na ako. Nag-request pa ako ng executive session. Binigyan pa ako ng Sergeant at Arms. Yung mga nilabas si Senator Lacson noon, hindi ko naman po kilala si Senator Lacson Sarili niyang investigasyon yun Mga nilabas siyang tone chart. Yun lang naman ito kasalanan ko. Di kasuhan nila ako tungkol doon. Pero hindi ako ilan man nagkaroon ng kahit anong kaso tungkol sa bribery. Kahit perjury nga lang, hindi nila ginawa eh. Siguro dahil takot sila. Palibasa, pinag-text nila ako eh. Lahat ng text ko, binigay ko sa Senator Lacson. Pinaforensics pa niya sa akang krami. Meron pa akong certificate doon. Pero yung shabu, hindi ko po talaga ginawa yan. Hindi ko po gagawin yan kailanman.
Mark, you mentioned in your affidavit that you applied to become a state witness. When was this?
Nung na-mention ko po kasi si Pulong, dati, credible witness pa po ako eh, para sa kanila. Bago-bago pa siya na-mention. So nung na-mention ko siya, sa hindi inaasahang pagkakataon dahil sa Congress yun, bata pa po ako at sabi nyo nga, hindi mo maalam i-handle yung situation na yun. So nabanggit ko siya. Lahat ng pangaharas ginawa nila sa akin. Tinanggalan pa ako ni Senator Gordo ng Sergeant at Arms. Pagkatapos kong tuturo lahat ng mga taga-BOC na tumatanggap ng tara sa akin. So parang pinabayaan na niya ako para mamatay. So nag-request ako kay Attorney Fortune na pakisabi na lang na mag-press conference na humihingi ako ng tawad kay Vice Mayor noon na Pulong Duterte. So pagkatapos noon, so yung parang tingin ng tao na nag-recant ako, hindi nila alam yung totoong nangyari na grabe pangharas sa amin. Pati nanay ko balak nilang patayin. So the day after yata nun, tumawag hindi ako nagkakamali, kinontak niya si Attorney Raymond Fortune, kinontak ni Senator Lacson para pumunta sa opisina niya sa BGC. Tapos nung nandun kami, tinanong niya ako bakit ginawa ko yun. Sinabi ko nga dahil na puro nga mga death threat yung matatanggap ako. So, tapos tinanggalan pa ako Sergeant at Arms. Sabi niya sa akin, tutulungan niya magbalik yung Sergeant at Arms ko. At baka pwede rin mailagay akong state witness. So naibalik yung Sergeant at Arms ko nun. Pero yung state witness, hinarang ni Senator Gordon. Kaya ngayon, walang nakasuhan na customs, walang nakasuhan. Ang kinuntik nila sa akin na kaso itong drugs na to, na wala talaga akong kinalaman. Yung mga bagay na may mga ebidensya, yung ginawa namin ng presentation ni Senator Lacson noon, yun yung mga taong walang kaso. Mga na-promote pa, narinig ko kay dito, kay Jimmy. So, ganun yung naging justice dito sa Pilipinas. Yun yung nangyari sa amin.
Is it not that the reason why your application for state witness was denied is because you recanted your statement against Pulong Duterte and Mans Carpio? Mr. Chair?
Mr. Chairman, just an interjection, just full disclosure. Mr. Mark Taguba is a witness, one of the witnesses in my illegal drug smuggling case against Mr. Pulong Duterte and Small Abiliera and the others. And right now,
where is that pending, Senator?
It's pending with the DOJ. It's still pending.
It's due for preliminary investigation yet?
Yes, ma'am. And as for his status as for the inclusion in the Witness Protection Program, it's also pending, Mr. Chairman. And right now, I got word from his lawyer that he is receiving threats right now from some people involved in the case, and that's why I'm going to plead on his behalf that he would be temporarily transferred into the detention facility of the House of Representatives, just so we can protect him, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chairman, anyway, Mr. Chairman, the manifestation of former Senator Trillanes with regards to the request, no, I also personally talked to Mark Taguba just a few minutes ago. Mr. Chairman, we will just discuss it on the admin matters. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Liwanagin ko lang, Mr. Chair. Of course, you testified before the Senate, no? Where you implicated Pulong Duterte and Mans Carpio. That is your first testimony.
In first testimony po sa Senate,
Yeah. Tama ba? That is your first testimony.
ang first testimony ko po sa Senate, yung para system po.
Yeah. But when did you start implicating Pulong Duterte and Mans Carpio?
Sa Congress na po yun. Congressional hearing po.
Oh, so there was an investigation also with the HOR.
Yes.
Okay. And then, after experiencing all those harassments that you mentioned, you recanted what you said before the House of Representatives.
Yes, Your Honor.
Tama? So this will be your third.
Third?
And as far as the implication of Pulong Duterte and Mans Carpio are concerned, this is your third testimony.
Your Honor, as far as I'm concerned, wala naman nagbago dito sa sinabi ko dito sa iba.
But there, you mentioned having recanted what you said in the first investigation because you're experiencing already a lot of harassments. Tama ba yun?
Rika, wala po akong nirecant sa affidavit ko na kila Pulong Duterte po.
In other words, your testimony has been similar to this since the HOR investigation until your application as state witness was denied, and up to this time that you're appealing before the Quad. Wala nagbabago?
Wala pong nagbago, Your Honor.
I understand. Mr. Chair?
Mr. Chairman,
Senator Trillanes?
I was part of those who investigating in the Senate, and during that press conference, he just apologized to Pulong Duterte. He never recanted, and we clarified that in his next appearance in the Senate, Mr. Chairman, whether he's recanting anything from his earlier testimony. He replied in the negative, Mr.
I have nothing further, Mr. Chair.
Thank